It's time for Cutting Edge Consciousness with Freeman Michaels and Barnet Bain. Thought-provoking discussions and bold ideas from the edge of possibility.
What makes you feel the most alive?
What makes me feel the most alive? Nature. Being in nature. It's interesting hearing about your vision quest because I grew up backpacking. My parents took me backpacking. I was 5. Pate Valley was the name of the valley that we were hiking out of. I don't know where it is. All I know is it was long, and I was hot, and I was only carrying a sleeping bag. My parents carried everything else, but I would carry my sleeping bag. I had this little harness that attached to my shoulders, and I carried it, and it went on and on and on and on. And as a kid, when my friends were going to Disneyland on vacation, my parents never took us to Disneyland. My grandmother did, but my parents, it's not their thing. They took us backpacking, and we're way out in the wild, and we were hanging our food so the bears wouldn't get it, and digging our own bathrooms and these kinds of things. And at the time, it felt like a ripoff. Like my friends were all getting real vacations, and here I was schlepping up these switchbacks,
digging latrines.
Yes, this was not great. But I think back on it with a tremendous amount of gratitude for how many conversations with trees I had as a young boy. Mm-hmm. In fact, my father and I, one of the pieces is backpacking. I had a very different experience with my father. And we used to go backpacking, just the two of us, or maybe I'd bring a friend or whatever, but we would go. And it was a real amazing opportunity to see my father in a light that I never saw him that way. He was really competent. He was really in his element. He was a different man in the woods, and I'm grateful to have had that glimpse of both him and myself.
That's precious. I don't think I ever saw my father near wood. I don't think ever.
Wow.
He was a beautiful and loving man, but not an outdoorsman.